Did Lil Uzi Vert cancel Barter 16, his new mixtape that we've been waiting for such a long time for because of the leaks? Today we got to take a look at this because there's been some things unraveling in the discussion about this new mixtape that we got to take a look at, so let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new songs in the description. Real quick, if you haven't yet, make sure to go check out the first link in the description. It's the sign up link for my free newsletter that comes every Sunday and details everything that's been happening in hip-hop, so make sure to sign up for that and not miss out on anything. So as you might have noticed, over the past 2 to 3 weeks, a lot of hype around Barter 16 has really died down, while before that, especially July, August, we were talking about this mixtape, this album from Uzi, quite a lot. You know, that was like the next big thing in hip-hop after he dropped the Pink Tape June 30th. We all thought that this would be kind of the deluxe to it, plus a nod to obviously Young Thug being in prison right now, and he announced this saying happy birthday Young Thug, and Barter 16 coming soon, with also the cover art that was an homage to the cover art for Barter 6 that Thugger dropped, I think 2016, 17, something like that. And you know, ever since then we've been getting hints here and there. Uzi has been teasing at it in a couple of stories, always saying, okay, Barter 16 coming soon, a lot of stuff been happening. We even got a single from Michael Made It a couple of weeks ago, even though this is not confirmed to be connected to Barter 16. The red cover art does, and the title Blood Moon does kind of refer to this being on there. That was a pretty good song produced by J. Cole as well, but we never got anything to it. The last big hope that we had was September 1st, and I made a video back when this was about to happen, when it was about to be September 1st, because there were a couple of hints to Uzi dropping it that day. The main thing being that a main producer on this tape, Ike Beats, who's also been working with Uzi on the Pink Tape, posted a post on Instagram that has since gotten deleted, which makes it even more suspicious, where we can see the caption soon, and it's him working on something in the studio, likely Barter 16, because Uzi is the biggest guy he's working with. And in the background you could see a whiteboard with a couple of titles on there that we can't really make out, but if you take a closer look at this, in the upper right corner you can see a date that it doesn't take a lot of imagination, that says September 1st, and September 1st would have been a Friday, and also that was around the time that this was posted, so soon, September 1st, that being Friday, we thought it was going to be dropping, because Uzi been saying that it's going to be dropping soon for a very long time before that. And we've been getting news on news on news, like also London on the Track, who's also been, you know, confirmed to be working on this and who's said a couple of things about this. Also confirmed Mike Dean as a Barter 16 member, as a team member, which is pretty good. I mean, that's a good sign that Mike Dean is working on this as well, but he got confirmed, so we all thought it was about to drop around that time, and it didn't. Now, Uzi has made the promise that this would be dropping a couple of times already. We had, for example, that one incident where he put it on Destroy Lonely that he was going to drop next Friday. I think around that time, that was also September 1st, or like 1 or 2 weeks before, but obviously it didn't drop, and there are a couple of reasons surrounding this that we got to take a look at. First of all, something suspicious that I did want to point out is that if you take a look at Lil Uzi's bio a couple of weeks ago only, you know, that was kind of like what we all were getting at it with the deluxe version of it, maybe, because he had in his bio Leslie Chow, I hate Silver Bullet, but then it says Love is Rage 3, and Love is Rage 3 was in there before we knew about Barter 16, so we all thought, like Love is Rage, you know, the series like Lil Uzi Vert versus the World 2 was the deluxe to Eternal to Take, Love is Rage 3 would be the deluxe to the Pink Tape. That never came. We then got the announcement for Barter 16, which he then afterwards added to that bio, saying Barter 16 be soon, obviously the B, the blood, the barter, whatever, and we thought that those two projects were next, and we didn't know which one was going to be dropping first. Some people were saying Love is Rage 3 was going to be coming first, so we get a deluxe for the Pink Tape first, after that Barter 16, but then the whole September 1st theory kind of kicked in, and then we thought that Barter 16 would be coming first. It doesn't matter, because now he removed those two things from his Instagram bio, which is pretty suspicious. This only happened a couple of days ago. Now it's just the, you know, Leslie Chow, this my real life Finsta in there, and a link to his Pink Tape link, like the link tree to it. So he's taken those two things out of his bio on Instagram, and that was kind of the first thing that he knows people are looking at, especially when he announced Love is Rage 3 in his bio and then also added Barter 16 to it later. Obviously people are going to be noticing this. Maybe this means he's getting ready for the release. I'm not sure. I don't think so, because you don't just take the two things out of there. It would have been a clearer sign if he had removed Love is Rage 3 and only left Barter 16 in the bio, because then we would have known that this is actually the project he's working on and that he wants to put out next. What's even more concerning is that a couple of days before that September 1st thing, I think 1 or 2 weeks before, we had a lot of leaks from Barter 16, and there's been reports on this that this might be in some sort of jeopardy, that it wouldn't be coming out. But there's been a bunch of leaks that, you know, have come out from the Barter 16 tapes and the sessions. I'm not really big into leaks, so I haven't listened to them, but there's a couple of sources online obviously that posted them, and there's been titles that's been throwing around. Bobbleland posted some of those, so if you're an Uzi fan, you've probably heard of those. But there's obviously the worry that Uzi now canceled the project, you know, delayed it maybe, but even maybe scrapped it because of the leaks that have been coming out. We know that Uzi is one of the people that's been affected by a lot of leaks the most. I mean, every artist is affected by it, but especially these newer generation SoundCloud rappers. I mean, Uzi's not even newer generation anymore. Uzi's been in the game for, I don't know, 8 years now, but still, Uzi has always been subject to a lot of leaks. They've hyped up projects obviously in the past, but they've also worked to the detriment of him, where he had to cancel or scrap projects because the leaks got out. That was also maybe the case with the Pink Tape, and we've gotten a completely different Pink Tape after it leaked before. So maybe it's the same thing this time around. I'm not sure. As I said, I have not listened to the leaks. A lot of y'all are way more into those, so let me know in the comments if you've listened to the leaks, if they sounded any good, and if you think that this is the reason why he canceled the Barter 16 tape. I think it's a shame. I think it's gonna be a while till we hear from this again. He built a lot of hype for this. I mean, maybe only among the Uzi fans, because this wasn't going to go as big as the Pink Tape, obviously, but he built some anticipation for this, especially throughout August, and we all thought that, you know, after Utopia had kind of died down, that would be the next big project. Never happened. Then we got the leaks, and it's just been kind of going downhill ever since. And then 2 weeks later, we had the unfulfilled promise of September 1st that then never happened. So it's looking pretty bad for Barter 16 now. I feel really sorry for a lot of Uzi fans. I mean, me, myself included, I was looking forward to this, especially with like the promises of a Cardi feature being on there, of a Thugger feature obviously being on there, that lost song from the Pink Tape with Cardi. That would have been pretty cool. But apparently now we gotta wait a couple of months until we hear from this again. If anything happens, I'll keep y'all updated, so make sure you stay subscribed. But until then, I want to know how y'all feel about this. Do you think Barter 16 is still coming pretty soon after generating a lot of hype for this, but then kind of being shut down by a lot of this stuff happening? Or do you think we gotta, you know, wait until 2024 until we get it? Or do we get it at all? Let me know all your thoughts on this and your theories in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and you'll take care.